Hi everyone, hope you're having a fabulous day. Welcome if you're new, welcome if you're a returning subscriber. My name's Chitra Moon. Today we're going to talk about what people are saying about you. We're going to dive a little deeper as well too and incorporate remote viewing, seeing how it was so popular last time. So I'm going to have you really get into a quiet space right now and go with whatever image really pulls you in. There are 4 beautiful images in front of you. Do not focus on what they look like. Focus on the energy that they bring to the thumbnail. And again, go with the one that really pulls you in. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to do so, starting now. Okay, so if you picked image 1, I just want to, before we start, let you know how this is going to work. I've drawn cards for you already. I'm going to interpret the cards. And then after we do that, because this will be quite general, I'm going to pick up a crystal of my choice. And I'm going to tap into deeper into kind of who's talking about you. So I'm going to look at astrological signs, I'm going to look at initials, and I'm going to look at names. And then I'm lastly going to also look at what is specifically being said about you. So if the names don't resonate, or if the initials don't, or the astrological signs don't, you need to stay all the way to the end of this reading. Also, it's very important to subscribe to my channel. There's something very magical about that. When you do that, I can better tap into your energy when reading for you going forward, because I am going to be keeping this remote viewing thing going, okay? Lastly, if there's anything that, resonates, again, give it a like. Also, to check out my Patreon channel if you want to see more videos from me, as well if you'd like to book a reading. It's the first link in the description box. You cannot miss it. Okay, so let's get into your reading here. Looking at these cards, just at face value here, at first, feels to me like there's something very new about you, okay? I feel like there's been a lot of changes that have happened with you, and it could have been over the years or recently, but I feel like if I was to tap into kind of what people are saying about you, they're talking about the new you. Now, I don't know what you've done. You might have made some big shifts in your life, or it could be something to do with your appearance, but I feel like you're moving differently, and this is something that people are talking about, okay? It's like, new, who is this? Like, who is she now? Or who is he now? I feel like they could also be talking about, we do have a lot of pentacle cards here. I can't deny that. There could be a lot going on with your achievements, like what you've been, doing. We have this card here of take a leap of faith into the unknown. I don't know if you kind of have been doing something, or if this is just your personality where you do new things. I think people talk often about this. You are actually quite the source of entertainment for many, okay? Because again, with this one, I feel like there's something that you do that is not of the norm. And again, I don't know if that's whether you be bungee jumping out of the sky, or you're literally achieving things at a rapid rate, because with the Knight of Pentacles, and especially with the Queen of Pentacles, you really do have a concrete foundation here to kind of manifest whatever you want into your life. Okay, so I think people might be seeing this as well too, and I don't also know if this could be in a shallow sense where it's something that you're wearing, or what you're wearing, what you're getting. I don't know if you kind of are popping up on the scene with new, shoes. Maybe your hair is always done. I just feel like we have a person here who has their ducks in a row and is achieving things at a rapid rate, okay? Now, we do have, I check on you from afar, and I feel you leaving me behind. So I can't deny that there could be some gossip coming from people that feel like you're slipping away from them. Now, I don't know if you've left these people behind. There could be some people who have chosen this pile who have left people behind. Those people are still talking. Now, if you are in the midst of disengaging from people, these could be those people as well who are speaking about you, okay? I think they don't like this new you. And I think with the Judgment card here, it feels to me like people are being very judgmental of you. So I don't know that I feel like it's completely positive. I feel like they're being triggered by your I don't know. This feels to me like someone who's putting themselves first. You know, maybe you're putting yourself first as a priority, or you're kind of disengaging from those who don't serve you any longer. And that's triggering people. Like, I guess they can't see it. So it's hard for them to accept. But I just feel like with the Tower, there's been some sort of revelations or new things that have happened. And people just don't really know how to take it. Because with a Tower moment, it's kind of, it's not a lead up. It's kind of just, you know, it happens, okay? It happens and you kind of don't know what happened. So there could have been with the Eight of Cups people that you have currently right now, you know, are ignoring or are choosing to walk away from. They're not happy about it. They also don't know what to do with it, to be honest. Now you have turned lemons into lessons. I really feel like there's a come up here. You know, if you are turning lemons into lessons, you definitely are coming up. You're graduating somehow or maturing. And I think people see this as well, too. So, you know, you have the types of people who sit on your couch and cry the blues. And then there's other people who take their pain and, like, you know, do something with it. They just kind of go uphill with it. And that's what I feel like is happening here. Like, you are just on the move. And you could be very, like, quite busy with this pile as well, too. So I feel like you could be maybe all into yourself right now, which is nothing wrong with that. Don't let society tell you that there's anything wrong with that. And I feel like the people who are talking about you are wondering, like, what's happening here. You seem very aloof and detached. And if this is your personality, you know, and you're watching, you're one of the thousands watching, this could also just be your personality. So when people do talk about you, they talk about the fact that you are highly detached. And maybe there's just like no engagement, or maybe they feel like they're also having to kind of make all the effort and it's difficult for them. But these people do feel like you are leaving them behind. They're talking about this right now. And so that could be family members, that could be friends, who knows. But I will say one thing, you have great personal sorrow here. So I'm telling you, you've kind of went through some sort of transformation. And I think people are used to your teardrops, but you've now decided to do something different with it and kind of, you know, I don't know, pull your, you know, bootstraps up by the straps and kind of get on with life. And they're just not used to this new you. You do have here, someone will gossip all your secrets. I think with the parrot, people are doing this out of hurt. So I don't know that they would really do this if everything was okay. I think they're doing this, it feels vindictive to me. Now you have paint your dreams, sing your songs, enjoy the dance. I think you're really in a bubble right now. You could be quite happy with yourself, but I just don't feel that others are, okay? And that's okay, you know? Like, no one's going to congratulate like you in life. It's just, that's just the way it goes, you know? Especially when you're doing things, you'll find most of your congratulating comes from strangers, not the people around you. And it's usually the strangers also who will support you, okay? So that's not that off. It's not that weird. But I just feel like with this one, there could be talks about you being very busy, you know, also your achievements. But there's also, like, again, a transformation happening here or a come up. And I think people, it could be people that you had before when you were not necessarily in that energy, who are misconstruing or not genuinely happy for this transformation. Okay. So this is what I've picked up from the cards. We're now going to move into remote viewing. So I think I'm going to pick up the clear quartz for you. So again, you have to stay till the rest of the end of this reading. You cannot just, you know, I mean, do what you will, but if you choose to kind of click off from, oh goodness, I'm already picking up something. Hold on. Okay, this is in regards to the cards, but I feel like I was told like you left something out here with the Nine of Pentacles. So with the abundance as well too, there could be a lot coming to you at this time, or whatever time you read this, or sorry, see this video, there could be a lot coming to you, and it could be in the way of compliments, admirers, you know, money. People are talking about this. They're seeing it. So it may not be that you are talking about it, but somehow they're seeing it. So I don't know if this is what you're wearing physically, or if there's just things that are happening, you know, that you just happen to tell people in a brief moment. And I'm just getting a lot of salty vibes from the people who are receiving this news. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start with the remote viewing. Again, just wait till the end because I'm going to get into specific conversation that's being said about you. Okay, so let's first start with the signs. Okay. So let's pick up on the astrological signs that may be talking about you. This could also relate to like your sign as well too. So if you hear your sign, this could just be validation that this is your pile, but let's just go with it. Okay, so I'm feeling Libra, Gemini, Scorpio, and Taurus. Now, the interesting thing with the Taurus is I feel like there's one person that may have picked this, or maybe a few, who have a Taurus female in their life who is really not okay with this change in you. And that could be because Taurus people tend to kind of, it's hard for them to adjust. They're not really spontaneous, and you could be doing something spontaneous, but right now it's hard for them to accept this change. And I don't know if this is your mother. I don't know who this is, but it's a Taurus female. So for the signs, I feel like I'm just seeing Libra, Gemini, Scorpio, and Taurus. Now let's move on to initials. T, G, C, H, K, M, L, Z. I'm seeing with the name Z, Zara. Okay, Zara, that could be for one person. Zara has, I feel like, a little bit of a bitterness towards you. She might smile in your face, but I feel like really not happy for you, but is showing that, okay? P and R. Now, I'm also picking up the mother as well, too. The mother could be a source of pain right now for you. She might not also be okay with this new you. There could be a few of you who have an issue with a mother right now that's coming through. I'm seeing mom, M-O-M, very clearly in my third eye. There could be a mother who is not okay with this new you. You could be also breaking against barriers or doing something untraditional, or, you know, another thing too, like, I can't help but see the cards, but with the Judgment, you know, there could be a wake-up call happening for others that is happening through you. So what do I mean by that? You could be, with the Judgment, causing a wake-up call with others by maybe doing something that everybody needs to do, but you're showing them through your actions, okay? So I feel like with the Judgment, there's a wake-up call happening with respect to other people. Like, they need to wake up, they need to look at what you're doing, and instead to not be just like bitter about it, like maybe follow, okay? And not in a copycat way, but follow the lead. Okay, I'm gonna channel names now. Let's get into names. And again, just wait through, because, you know, the specific conversation is coming last. Okay, I'm seeing the beginning name of a Chris, Christina, Christine, but there's something with a Chris. So it could be many different variations of Chris, but I'm seeing either Chris, Christina, Christabel, something that begins with Chris, okay? Garrett, Beth, June, Lila, Samantha, or Sam. Sam, Samantha, I can't pick between the two, but Samantha, Sam, something along those lines. Julia, Peter, Joanne or Joanna, Tim, Sandra, Sarah, Elizabeth, Jackie. Okay, I'm picking up the name Francis. We haven't, I don't even think that's a popular name, but I'm hearing Francis. Aaron, Diana, Seth, Tony, Chester, Puneet, Frank. Okay, I'm hearing another name that is not common, but Lyran. Lyran? I don't know, Lyran, Lyran. I'm not sure how you spell it, but I'm hearing the name Lyran. Julian. Olivia. Robert. Brad. Krishna. Doug or Douglas. Tracy. Jasper. Priya. Cole. Mary. Jennifer. Dolores. Fabiana. Mariah. Patricia or Patty, some variation of Pat. So Pat, Patrick, Patricia. Okay, Priscilla. Okay, so that I'm the window's closing for names. Also, don't mind me, guys, if I breathe a lot. Remote viewing does take a lot out of me, so I tend to have to help with that just by breathing in and out very deeply. Now I'm going to get into specific conversation that I feel like is being said about you. So I'm going to kind of tap into that. Okay, I feel like there's someone here who has announced something that would be in the way of good news, but I feel like it's being misconstrued. So I don't know if you announced something, you probably had the best intentions with this, but I feel like it's being misconstrued in the sense where people might be smiling and saying congratulations, but behind back, it's something else. But it has something to do with just announcing good news. So someone here has just announced something. And when I say just announced something, maybe within the last couple weeks, this is being talked about, but not like a good for her or good for him. It's like something else, okay? That's not positive. Also, I feel like someone here has also changed their look. There could be one person watching who has just changed their look recently, and it could be quite drastic. I don't know if this is, we've chopped the hair, or we've tried new makeup, or we tried a new outfit, or we've done kind of something different that is not our usual style. This also is something that's being talked about. Now, I can't pick up on whether this is positive or negative, but I feel like I'm seeing a new look, okay? Okay, I'm also seeing someone who might have just said something in privacy. It's a secret, and it could be about maybe their past or their childhood. I'm seeing this being passed around. So I don't know if someone here has just recently divulged something that they felt like they could have, they met somebody they trusted. I feel like that person is now telling someone else. But the good thing with this is that I don't feel like it's going to go past that next person. I just feel like they've told somebody else about it. And that's quite normal. That's why they say don't even tell people your stuff, because it just kind of, that person goes tell someone else. They've made a whole game around this, okay? It's called broken telephone, okay? But I feel like I'm seeing that. Something that is, you feel trusted, you feel a trusted person there with you, and you feel the moment to kind of share something. This is being talked about with somebody else. Okay, I feel like one person here might have a coworker. This is a female coworker who is just, I feel like, does not like you. There's nothing you can do to make her like you. She just doesn't like you. And I feel like you could be well liked in your office space or your workspace, but it's her mission to kind of change people's popular opinion about you. So I think she's going to try. She's going to put a lot of effort forth about this, but she's not going to be successful. But I feel like there's one person here, or maybe many, who have a coworker who just doesn't like them. And you probably caught a vibe about this. I think you're probably very in tune about it. And maybe there could be a part of you that feels like you could try to maybe, get her to like you. I just don't think there's anything that you can do with this one. It's just like she just doesn't like you, okay? And I think she knows how well liked you are, you know, in your workspace, and it's her mission to kind of out you somehow or try to change people's opinion. But I feel like I'm seeing unsuccessful plans regarding that. Okay, I'm also seeing a female Gemini. This is a Gemini woman, but she may not be. I feel like I'm seeing the words watch out. She's has brown skin, and I feel like it's tanned. I don't feel like she's black. I feel like she's tanned. So she could be either European or maybe Spanish with brown hair. I'm seeing watch out. Now, if you are resonating with that description and this woman's a Gemini, that could be for you. Be careful with her. And I feel like what I mean by that is don't be an open book around her, okay? Keep it brief and keep it fluffy. Okay, this is nice. I'm seeing like a older female, much older than you, who talks really good of you. She thinks the world of you. She's your superior somehow. So I don't know if she's a boss or if she could be maybe like an aunt. I don't feel like grandmother, but like a superior, someone who would be like, could be your mother. This woman is speaking very highly about you. You know, she would recommend you to anything, anywhere. But she thinks the world of you. She even wishes like you could have been her daughter. I mean, she might not tell you that because she may have a daughter, but I feel like she looks at you like a daughter. She's speaking a lot about you. So it's like, I don't know what this is, but any chance she gets, if your name is brought up, she has the world, the most beautiful things to say about you. And she just wants everybody to know about you in the most positive light. Okay. So I'm seeing something else here that is quite petty. I don't know if there's you know, if someone's watching this who likes to wear, you know, low cut tops. I feel like your boob cleavage is being talked about. Petty, right? I don't know that it's extreme. You know, I don't think that this is that serious, but I feel like there's talks about how low cut your tops are and how they may be inappropriate to the setting. So I don't know if this is at work or what's going on, or if this is just you and what you like to wear, but I feel like the exposing of the breast is being talked about a lot. Okay, I don't know if there's also some people here who have just recently went out in a group and may have, you know, met some people, but I feel like there's one person in that group doesn't like you. And again, there's nothing that you can do about it. I just feel like they don't like you. So if anybody has just recently went out in a group and have met a group of people and you've caught a vibe about one particular person in that group, you're on to something. That person does not like you, okay? And there's nothing further with that. I just feel like that's something I'm picking up on. And you just never know how remote viewing will go, okay? But that's what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm seeing a man in my head who keeps pacing. He's pacing, like he's doing circles in my head. I feel like there's a man who could be very in love with you, but he's having a hard time expressing it. I think this man goes over things constantly in his head about how he's going to convey this or should he convey this. But I'm seeing a man who's like deeply, deeply in love with you. And I think you know who he is. I feel like if this is resonating with somebody, you will know as soon as I'm opening my mouth about this, who this person is, because you probably have an inkling as well too. I don't know that it's that secretive, like in the physical. So he's probably made some hints here and there that he likes you, but he hasn't vocalized it yet. I just feel like this man is like, he's pacing like crazy in my head. Like he just cannot or figure it out, like what to do about this. So I don't know if this is also a taboo relationship or something that could be very dangerous if he exposed himself, you know, or expressed himself, sorry. But that's what I'm seeing. There's a man who's very in love with you. He's quite, I would say he's mid to tall height, and he's, I don't know, I can't get an idea of like what he looks like, but this could just be, because this is a collective reading, I can't go into details on what he looks like. I just feel like I'm feeling collectively like there's many people who have chosen this pile who have a man that's in love with them who is having a tough time expressing it. Okay, I'm seeing an aunt on a phone who's like chirping about you. And it feels to me like family members. So I don't feel like she's doing this in the physical. I feel like she's literally getting on a phone and talking about you, like your business. I don't think she likes you at all. I think you guys have had like a tumultuous relationship. But she's an aunt. Like I'm seeing that AUNT very clearly in my third eye spelled. She's an aunt and she talks about you to others. And it's your behavior. It's mainly your behavior or how you act, or it could be even what you wear. But she butt heads with you. She feels like she feels like past life enemy, for real. Okay, that's all I'm getting. Now, if this is not resonating, or if there was nothing that you picked up, just check back, in a couple weeks. Not every reading can resonate. That would be absurd. Okay, this is a general reading. But if there's anything that you did like about it, let me know. I love reading your comments. Okay, so that was your reading, pile 1, group 1. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, so if you picked image 2, this is going to be your reading. So I just want to explain briefly how this is going to work. I'm going to read the cards first, okay, that I've chosen for you. This will provide a general idea of what people are saying and maybe who's saying what they're saying about you. But then I'm going to also look into remote viewing. So seeing how this was such a popular thing, in my last reading, I'm going to incorporate this again. So we're going to look at astrological signs of the people who are talking about you, initials, names, and then we're going to talk about specific conversation that is being said about you lastly. So it's really important that you follow all the way through, because you don't want to click off maybe because the astrological signs don't, resonate, but then there's something that comes up in specific conversation for you. Make sure that, when you are watching, if this, you like my style of reading, make sure you subscribe, because there's something that very magically happens when you subscribe. I'm able to better in tune, pick up on your energy going forward into future readings. So if you do like the reading, make sure that you subscribe. It's really important. If you'd like to book a reading with me, check the first link. It's readily right there as the first link. You can easily do that through the Fiverr app. Also too, if you'd like, more readings or see more readings from me, I do read on different types of things. Check out my Patreon. Okay. So let's get into your reading. First, we're going to start with the cards. Okay. So at first glance, when I look at these cards, I just feel like it's very positive. It's pretty positive here. I feel like, what can we say about you? So when we're looking at what people are saying about you, it's quite positive. I just feel like there's a very nice spirit here. The person who has chosen this pile, very nice soul, very kind. And it's interesting too, because, I will say this is really poking out at me. So if you see here, we have a bunch of girls sitting in a row. And it says, surround yourself with your soul tribe. But the fact that they have their backs towards me, it's funny. I'm actually taking that as a reader, like I'm blocked. Not that I'm blocked, that I can't get messages from you, but no one can touch you. I just feel like there could be a lot of people who, would like die for you, like battle for you. You're protected, and it could have a lot to do with how nice of a person you are. I just feel like when I see the Queen of Cups, I mean, what can we say about her? She's a sweetheart. She's the person who's going to, bring you soup if you're sick. She's going to check in with you. If she calls you a friend, whether that be that you've only been friends for a month, she's going to, show you that she cares about you. And it's interesting too, to me, with the sun sitting right next to her, because I just feel like you come through and it's magical. It's magical. Like, this is what people are saying about you. And, I don't know, this could be for one person out there. I don't know if you've ever been referred to as like a unicorn. Like, you just come through and you just like dust the room with sparkles. It's like just positive energy. But that would be funny, because I'm seeing a unicorn. Okay. So I don't know if there's maybe one person here who has, that resonates with, or, has an interest in unicorns, or people know them for, loving unicorns, but your whole being is like a unicorn. It's just magical. Okay. And I feel like there could be something about your vibe as well with, the sun, the way you come through into like a room, especially with the 6 of Wands, to the way he's coming in. It's like, it's interesting. You know, people could be describing you or talking about you like when they met you, it was like time stopped. And that could be friendships as well too. Like, you know, maybe other women have conveyed to you, if you're a woman watching, that I just knew I had to be your friend, or I wanted to be your friend. Like I just knew it. I just knew it from the moment I saw you. Now, I feel like I have to acknowledge the Six of Pentacles very much so in this reading, because this is the card and it's sitting right underneath you of it's like charity, spreading the wealth, you know, that's what it is, textbook format. But for me, when I see that as a personality or what people might be saying about you, it looks to me like somebody who is really giving, you know, and it could be very, you know, it could go to different lengths, because we're reading for so much people. It could be people who really, you know, donate large sums of money, or it could just be that person who, like, if they see an elderly woman who need their bags carried, they're gonna just, you know, do it. They don't care how cold it is outside. They don't care that, you know, maybe they're not in the mood. They're just gonna do it. Like, you're just really about, you know, I don't know. There's just a really angelic spirit here. And I know that may sound crazy to some, but that's just what I'm seeing here. Okay. And, you know, we have the new home, new attitude, but more so than anything, this is not about you having a new home. I just feel like the fact that we have the home here could also be that, like, you have, like, and I'm not saying that you let everybody into your home, but it could be talked about that you are inviting. Okay. You're very inviting. Your energy is inviting. You're very kind, you're polite, you're sweet. I don't feel like a holds bar here. I feel like if you're genuinely liking me, you actually genuinely like me. You're not just doing it and it's fake, okay? I feel like people also trust you, with the sense that, like, you probably are very balanced in your emotions or the way that you communicate with people. So I don't know that I feel like a hot and cold behavior here, where it's like one day you're nasty and you're ignoring me, and then the next day you're just like all about me. I just feel like the home is here for that. But the home could be literally here because people talk about how beautiful your home is. You know, maybe you are a host. Maybe you like to host, you know, to your, you know, friend group, and people just can't get over, like, and it's funny because the sweeper is here, right in front of it. So there could be a lot of talks about how clean your home is, or maybe how beautiful it looks, you know. You could have that knack for, you know, design. Man, give me some tips, because as a woman, I just don't have that. For some reason, when it comes to the home, I just don't have that. So there could be a lot of compliments coming forth. Oh, I went to, you know, Tina's house yesterday. Wow, it was so beautiful. Like, it just smelled good. There was like probably cookies baking in the oven. She was so inviting, you know, and I felt like her home was my home. Like, I just felt very invited. Okay. So that could be there for a reason. There could be talks about that. As well too, okay, I'm hearing a lot of protection type energy, like chatter. That's my girl, no one messes with her. Or that's my woman, nobody messes with her. That's my baby, nobody messes with her. You have a very much an energy of protection around, like, this whole reading, actually, to be honest. So it's actually funny because I feel like you might have clicked on this, you know, like, what's she gonna say, you know? Like, who could say anything about me? Like, I don't do anything to anybody, you know? Like, so you might have been really curious with this reading, like, what is she gonna say? But with this reading, it's very positive. Now, you have to stick around. I don't know what's gonna happen when I tap into the remote viewing, but for this, it's pretty nice. It's a very nice energy. Like, it's a very nice energy. Like, I feel like I would meet you and I would want to be friends with you too. Now, you do have reminiscing here. I feel empty without you. There could be one person, I don't know who this may be, who feels at this moment like they are reminiscing whatever they had with you, and they could be talking about this with other people. So I don't know if there is somebody who is out of your life, but that person is reeling from it, okay? I think generally people do reminisce with you anyways. So there could be that their experiences with you are so pleasurable or so nice that they talk about their interactions with you with others. Oh, I know this girl. She's the nicest person ever. She actually offered me this. I couldn't believe it. Like, in a world full of, you know, crap, you know, she's offering me this. Like, how nice is that? That's the kind of stuff I'm feeling. But I will say something else as well too. I feel like there's someone right now who is a secret admirer. You may or may not know who this is, who wants to be more than friends. Okay. I am picking up on, if you're a woman watching, there's might be a male in your vicinity or area who wants to be more than friends. I don't know that they've expressed anything yet, but you do have the secret admirer card here. Now, this is interesting as well to me. I have found the one that my soul loves. This to me is coming from anyone, okay? I feel like, again, there's something that you do to people. And you could be a healer, of some sorts, because I find people who are empathic or healers, they often get this. So there could be people who are saying, like, when I met her, I felt like I knew her all my life. You make people feel comfortable. That's what I'm trying to say here, okay? You make people feel very comfortable. And that Four of Wands is actually poking out at me too. There could be people who right now who are discussing about, a guest list of some sorts, or maybe trying to make plans, and they want to include you. I feel like I'm seeing some sort of a wedding, but you're being discussed like, oh, we need to have her here, make it work, something along those lines. I'm also seeing too, when I talk about the reminiscing, there could be a lot of people who have talked about how you have been there for them, okay? This is something that they'll carry with for the rest of their life. It's like, she was there for me. Like, she actually waited, like, I didn't even maybe know her that well, but she was there. She waited. Maybe I had like a flat tire. She waited until like the tow truck come. I'm just using examples. I'm not saying that that's happened. I'm getting examples of the type of character you are. But listen, what I mean to say with this pile is that there's nothing coming through that is negative. Now, again, we have to wait for the remote viewing, but from what I see here, it doesn't feel like that to me. Okay, I feel like someone could also be talking about your beauty as well too. Not only are you beautiful on the inside, but you're beautiful on the outside. So this is like a complete package, and it's rare. Whatever is going on with you, or how you exude yourself, or how you interact with people, it's rare to people. And this is why they're talking so much. So with this pile, I feel like people talk a lot about you, and it's very positive, very positive. Now, I think I'm going to move on to the remote viewing, because it just can't get any more positive. Let's just see what, comes through with the remote viewing. So I think I'm going to pick up the rose quartz for you, because you just feel like a rose quartz type energy to me. And you might like this crystal, but I just feel guided to pick this one up for you. So, I'm going to go through signs, astrological signs. I'm going to look at initials, and then I'm going to also tap into names. And then I'm going to lastly look at specific conversations. So it's imperative that you listen all the way to the end, because if maybe an astrological sign doesn't, resonate with you, maybe specific conversation will. Okay. So let's just start. Let's look at signs. Now, the signs might resonate with your sign. It might be just validation that this is your pile, but I'm just going to pick up what sign I pick up. So let's just start. Okay, I'm seeing Cancer. Cancer, Scorpio. And don't mind if I breathe a lot. Remote viewing does take a lot out of me. So I often have to breathe heavy just to kind of get through it, okay? Okay, so I'm seeing Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius. I'm seeing Leo, but I'm also seeing specifically Leo rising as well too. So I don't know if you're a Leo rising, or the person who talks well about you, or one of your friends could be a Leo rising, but I'm seeing Leo and Leo rising. And Virgo as well too. Okay, I'm going to move on to initials now. L, Q, S, U, M, R, A, E, J, P, and T. Okay, let's move on to names now. George, James, Mark, Luke, Angel, seeing the name Angel. That would be interesting if you've always been called an angel, but I'm seeing the name Angel. Dante, Tula, Angelo, Philippa, Georgia, Katrina, Marco, Lance, Tina, Catherine, Greg, Patrick. Okay, I'm seeing Steven or Stefan. I can't tell. They're giving me both, so I don't know which way it's written, but I'm seeing Steven or Stefan. Nathan, Derek, Yana, but I don't know if it's also pronounced Jana, but it's Jana, something Y-A-N-A, but I don't know how it's pronounced. Yvonne, Isabella, Rachel, Lexi, April, Justin, Raj. Okay, I'm seeing the word justice as well too, so I don't know if that's someone's nickname, but I'm seeing justice. Ishan, Heather, Ishtar, Arav, Tabitha, William, Aaliyah, Shanice, Courtney, Andrea, Nina, Imani, and Mike or Michael. Mike. I'm also seeing Gabriel as well too. Okay. Don't click off. Let's go to specific conversation. So let's tap into the specific conversation that is being said about Grape 2. Okay, I feel like you've done a favor for somebody in your life and this person just keeps talking to everybody about what you did for them. I don't know what this favor may be, but this person always brings it up. So I feel like there's somebody who's done a favor and the person that they did a favor for, they'll talk about this for the rest of their life. It's something very special to this person. Again, I don't know what this is. I can't tap into kind of what type of favor this is, but it was enough for that person where their heart center opened when you did it for them, okay? They talk a lot about this one favor that you did. And that could be why they're so loyal as well, too. I feel like the person who's talking about this, like they feel loyal to you that is just like, unbelievable. Okay, I feel like there could be somebody who has picked this pile who has a pet. And I don't know if it's a cat, dog, bird, whatever. But I feel like whoever chose this pile, if you have pets, your pets are talked about a lot. Like how cute they are, how adorable they are. It's like they can't talk about you without talking about your pet. Your pet is the cutest thing ever. And people gravitate towards it. It's a very loving animal. So I don't know. I can't pick up on specifically what type of pet it is, but your pets are being spoken about. Okay, I'm seeing clothing, and I'm seeing specifically tops, like cardigans or shirts. So I'm seeing the upper torso of a body. I feel like people compliment this a lot about you, like what you're wearing. And I am seeing cardigans, but it doesn't have to be cardigans, but I'm feeling like your choices of clothing, like especially the tops, are being talked about a lot. Like, what a nice color, how beautiful that looks on you. And then even to your face, besides that, they will tell other people about it. And I feel like they like it so much that they might even ask you where you got it or want to kind of buy it because of how good it looked on you. I'm just seeing a lot of compliments on shirts, tops, or cardigans. Interesting. Okay, I think there could be one person here who has just gifted somebody. And I say gifted because it is a gift, okay? But I think you've just given somebody like something you've made, like food-wise. I don't know if you've baked something, and they're literally talking about how good it was. I don't know if they taste your cooking and it's like, wow, this is like heaven in my mouth. Like, I can't believe it. Like, wow, this is like unbelievable. You're like the best cook ever. But I feel like someone has just given somebody food. Like, you have just given someone food, and they are not only appreciative, but they're just wowed by how good it tastes. That's random. Again, you're talked a lot about how beautiful you are on the inside and out. I feel like many people would love for you to be their daughter. So you're talked about in all age groups is what I'm saying. Okay, there's going to be some people who have chosen this pile who is going to receive a text. I feel like I'm seeing somebody pointing or tapping on a phone. Someone's going to receive a text message. So someone wants to talk to you. You know, that's so random, but someone wants to talk to you at this very moment. So you might receive a text within this reading instantly, or you might receive one within the next hour. Someone wants to communicate with you. That's a very random thing. Remote viewing, there's no guidelines with this. It's very random how things pop up. So if you're wondering how bizarre that may be, it's just what I'm seeing, okay? Someone also, and I don't know if this has to do with the text, but someone also, maybe aside from this, wants to borrow something from you. So you might be receiving communication. Someone could be talking to someone else about asking you to borrow something. Okay, this is nice. I'm seeing actually like a huddle of people. And I don't know if it's a boardroom or it just could be their space where they're all facing each other. But you are on the table as far as an option. So I don't know if this is a promotion, but your name is being talked about. I see a lineup of people, but you are being discussed. So you're an option. So I don't know if you're waiting for something or if you even know about this, but I feel like you're being considered for something. And it is a good, positive thing, okay? It would be great to have in your life. It's a very nice surprise. So it could be more money. I don't know. But you are being discussed as far as in a lineup, okay, with others. You're definitely being considered. Okay, this is cute. So I feel like people are talking a lot about your hair. Your hair is so beautiful, like effortless. Like, I don't know if you do different things to it or styles. You could be into styles, like, all those hair tutorials, like you're about it. You put the effort, the color. But I feel like people, when they talk about you, they talk about your hair. Your hair goes hand in hand with your personality. It's discussed. Okay, I feel like there's one person who's talking about you to someone else. I don't know if you've recently cut off somebody or if you're ignoring them or if you've ghosted them. They are talking about how they're trying to get a hold of you, but you're ignoring them. So there is a person, and I'm feeling a person collectively. I'm not seeing like a sex, like as far as male or female, but they're talking about how annoying it is that they can't get a hold of you and that they're aware that you are like blatantly trying to ignore them. That could be for one person out there, but that's just kind of what I'm seeing. The person's very frustrated, and they're so frustrated that they might be even talking to people that you know, or just trying to kind of talk to people, period, because they can't keep it to themselves. Like, they're bothered by this. So if that's your intention and that's resonating, that you are doing that to somebody, this person is bothered, okay? That's all I'm seeing. The window is closing. So this is all I'm seeing. If there's nothing that resonated with you, just check back in a couple of weeks. Not every reading can resonate. That would be absurd. But if anything did resonate, please comment. I love reading your comments. So that was your reading pile 2, group 2. Thanks so much. Hi, group 3. Okay, so if you've chosen group 3, this is going to be your reading. I just want to explain to you briefly how this is going to work. So I'm going to interpret the cards first, and then we're going to move into remote viewing. Sorry. So seeing how that was such a hit last time, I'm going to incorporate it into this reading. So the cards will give us a general aspect of, what people are saying about you, but we are then going to also look to the remote viewing. So if none of this resonates, with the reading, don't click off, stick around for the remote viewing. We're going to look at initials, astrological signs, and we're going to also look at names. And then lastly, we're going to look at specific conversation that maybe, said about you, specific conversation. Oh, you can't see my candle. Okay, there we go. If there's anything that you like about this reading, make sure that you subscribe. By subscribing, something very magical happens. I'm able to better tune into your energy when doing remote viewing, because I think I'm going to keep incorporating this, okay? If you would like to book a reading, it's the first link in the description box, as well as in the second link. That's my Patreon channel. So if you want to see more readings from me, check that out. But let's get into your reading without further ado. Just looking at this spread, at first glance, I just feel like this is a lot. This is a lot. This is probably, I haven't hit pile 4 yet. This is probably going to be the pile where I feel like a lot of people are saying a lot of things, okay? You could be very, very talked about, and you've probably felt like that your whole life. I just feel like when I look at this pile, it feels to me like life has just chewed you up and spit you out, And I'm talking about in the way of others, okay? I think you probably are very misunderstood and misconstrued, okay? I just don't think people see you very clearly. And you could be very unique in your personality, and that may be why, or a rarity, okay? When we're rare or we're different, people just don't understand us, okay? Now looking at this magician that's really staring me in the face, as well as the world card, you could be very talented in something, okay? Very talented. I cannot deny that there has to be somebody here who's watching who has a gift, and this gift could be not understood, okay? It's noticed. I feel like your talent is noticed, but at the same time, I feel like it's hated, okay? And it could be that because, people wish to have it, but you just have it naturally. And, I'm going to put it out there. There could be a lot of people who have chosen this pile who are psychics, okay? The magician can be a psychic, okay? Or a reader, or even a healer, okay? So if you're doing Reiki, same thing, But what I mean to say is that there could be something here with a few people who have chosen this where they are doing or noticed for something that they love. If you have the world and the magician, you're definitely out there doing something that you love. I do what I love. I don't ever work a day in my life. This is like a play date every day for me, okay? So I understand it, but I feel like I don't know. There could be, I feel like there's a lot of negativity coming forth from people who are just challenging it. Like, do you really have this gift? Oh, you're a scammer, or you could be, a fake, something along those lines. That's the kind of things I'm hearing. Now, I think with this pile as well, too, I'm going to put it out there, there's a lot of jealousy, and we have secrets and deception here, and fights, arguments, and conflict. I feel like you've had to really go out of your way to avoid this, I feel like there's a lot of people who may want to start fights with you, and you just never understood that, You probably look at yourself like you're the nicest person ever. And I'm not saying that's not here or that's not true. But I just feel like there's a lot of backlash from people. So when you're clicking on this video, again, I haven't gone to pile 4. I feel like this is the pile that really deals with what the topic of this video is, okay? A lot of chatter, a lot of gossip. I feel like also this gift or whatever you're noticed for, or how people notice you, you could be very beautiful with this pile. I'm not going to lie, above average, very beautiful. But I feel like sometimes it feels like a blessing and a curse, you know? It's hard. It's hard to deal with, you know? It's like, you know, my blessings are wonderful, but geez, you know, like not everybody is handling or, you know, taking me in the right way, you know, like why, you know, but that's just the way it is. Okay. That's just the way it is. And again, you could be an enlightened person. You could be an awakened person. You could be a light worker. Those people who come here have the roughest time. Okay. Usually their upbringing or their family, you know, early life is not the easiest. And then they go through, you know, SHIT with others, but it's really all about fighting who you are and being okay with that. So that's kind of something I want to put out there with this pile. I feel like it's difficult to be you sometimes. Okay. Now with the devil being here too, I feel like there could be a lot of energy vampires and a lot of like hate and love. So it's kind of funny because I see I love you here. What you need to know about the people who talk about you negatively is that they secretly love you. Do you know that? They secretly love you. And I feel like there could be a lot of people who have, you know, taken advantage of your trust. So I feel like with this, I wish I could take my words back. I think there's a lot of people who have crossed the line, who are talking about you right now and talking about the regret that they feel with crossing that line, okay? But it's interesting because, you know, you have this card here of stay away from drama today. I think you try to do your best, but it always comes. And you have to understand you have a light within you, okay? With this one, there's an interesting light that is within you that is rare, okay? You don't blend in, you don't fit in, you know? Those are your examples, okay? I feel like people are very afraid or intimidated by you, but mainly afraid. And it could be, again, because you're doing something different or you are different. We have hidden secrets can harm you, okay? I feel like people have tried to use that against you a lot. Maybe they've tried to win you over or your trust, and then you maybe divulge something to them, and then they've used those things against you. But what I want you to know, because this card is so interesting to me, you know, it says, stop criticizing yourself. You are perfect just the way you are. Even though if this is resonating with you and this may be happening to you, don't take it on personally, because most of the time when someone has a problem with somebody or if they are, you know, projecting something, it really has something to do with themselves. Now, the other thing that could be happening here is that you could be triggering the F out of people and they just don't know they don't know or know what to do with that, you know? They just don't. I think you could be, with the Queen of Swords, in a place right now where you are creating boundaries for yourself. Maybe you were always like that, but people still tried to do this to you. I think people also are talking about maybe you could be a tad bit selfish with your energy, but that's their problem, okay? That's really their problem. I got that for so many years of my life, you know? No, I'm not going to say yes to everything. Sorry, no, okay? So this really has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. But I feel like you could also be on a come up with this, okay? People don't usually like that. You know, with the World card here, I feel like there could be some people who have chosen this who have a platform of some sorts. And it could be through their talents or maybe they're doing something very different, you know, that is not of the norm. But because they have this platform, it could honestly also attract a lot of jealousy because, you know, it's very cool, even in 2022, to be, I don't know, a YouTuber or be, I don't know, having like a huge following on Instagram or I don't know, like whatever that may be, tailor it to your own situation. You know, I'm here, but in my own life, but like, you know, nobody is doing YouTube, okay? So it could be very cool what you're doing and you could be on a come up of some sorts. And I just feel like people are talking about it, but not positively. So, you know, with this one, you just face a lot of hate in life. And I think you're doing a great job through it. I think you really are keeping it together. But I just needed to convey from the cards, firstly, that I'm picking up on a lot of negative energy, okay, coming from others regarding you. I mean, you're just fabulous, but I don't know what's going on with them. And you have the Bull here. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. So I don't know if you also do that. Like you have maybe a way about you where you do know how to cut people off. Like we have the Queen of Swords here. She will know how to tell you, okay? In the simplest, words, in the shortest sentence, with the most professionalism. She's not going to swear at you, but she's going to tell you about her boundaries without telling you about her boundaries, okay? So I feel like here this also rubs people the wrong way, because I feel like people are very confused regarding you. I just sensing people who want at you, want into your space, okay? Like I feel like being ridiculous. Like they want to be there, they want to be in your space, but they really just don't like you. So what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? But what you need to know through this reading is that you're making progress, okay, with this Three of Wands here, and you're following your path, which is just saying that word, following your path, is just like I hear bells in my ears when I hear that, just three words, following your path. So keep doing you. I can see there's a lot of negativity with others regarding you. But I just feel like, you got to keep doing what you're doing because you're doing amazing. Okay. Now I'm going to tap into remote viewing now to pick up more specific things about what's happening or about what's being said about you. And I feel guided to pick up obsidian. So I feel like, not that you need protection, but I just feel like with this pile, and you might like obsidian, you might like, I don't know, this crystal, but I feel like I need protection regarding this pile, because I just feel like, I don't know what's going to come out, but this whole, you might want to wear something like this is what I'm trying to say. I don't like to give people any kind of warnings, but I feel like with you, you need to protect your energy at all costs because you're very rare. And I feel like there's a lot of like life suckers, like energy vampires who either want to know what you know or for you to teach them, or they want to kind of like, I don't know, be around your space because they feel like they can get something. But really they just, I don't know, they're confused about how they feel about you. So, if you are doing a great job detecting who is, for you and who is not, good for you. But that's just what I feel with the obsidian, okay? So just make sure you stay through all the way to the end of your reading because, while initials and astrological signs or names might not, resonate, maybe the specific conversation that's being said about you will. So don't click off. You don't want to miss a message about you, okay? Let's first go with signs. Okay, so these signs might resonate with your sign, or it could be the people who are speaking about you. I'm getting Cancer, Sagittarius. I'm also being told that you should look at whoever's the polar opposite of your sign. So let's say if you're a Sagittarius, look at a Gemini. Or if you're a Libra, look at an Aries. There's something with respect to a person who is, I feel like, a big enemy who is your opposite sign. Okay, and that could be for one person. Pisces, Libra, Virgo. Okay, I'm seeing Scorpio and or Scorpio rising. And you might be a person who has attracted a lot of Scorpio risings. And there could be a reason for that. I can't tap into that in this reading. I have to get through, this is for everybody, okay? That's where the private reading comes in. But I feel like you've attracted a lot of Scorpios. There could be one person who's done that, who's had that, sorry. Okay, I'm feeling Capricorn and Aries. So you had the most signs out of, I feel like, all of the piles so far. Let's get into initials now. Okay, S, R, N, P, T, L, F, G, K, Y, B, O, and C. Okay, let's go into names now. Let's tap into names for group 3. And don't mind if I do a lot of heavy breathing. Remote viewing does take a lot out of me. I usually have to take a nap after. So breathing deeply just helps me through it, okay? Okay, I have like Tanisha, Tanisha or Isha. I don't know if Isha is the end of a name or it's part of a name, but I'm seeing Tanisha or Isha. Isha more predominantly. Jerry. Troy. Tanush. Michael. Sarah. Irene. Jennifer. Jenna. Crystal. Penny. Ken. I'm seeing the end of a name too. I can't pick up the full one, and I don't know if this is a cultural name, but ITA. Any name that ends with an ITA, I'm seeing that predominantly ITA, and it's at the end. Allison. Deborah. Fantasia. Justine. Antonio. Andrew. Jade. Jada. Jade or Jada or Jaden. It's like Jade. Nicholas. Jasmine. Kiara. Devin or Devon. Devon. Sheldon. Alyssa. Alex. Elijah. Zach. Janet. Tom. Maria. Maria. Oh, wow. You have a lot of names coming through. I'm just trying to dissect through them all. I don't know if it's Anna Maria or Maria, but it's Anna. Anna, like variations of Anna. So I don't know if it's Annabelle, Annalisa, but it's Anna something. Leslie. Barbara. Bethany. This pile, I think a lot of people are going to pick this pile. I have so much names shooting at me, I can't even hardly dissect through them all. Brad. Karen. Robert. Wanda. Kathy. Stefan and or Steven. Steven. Oscar. Manuel. Jermaine. Isaac. Stacy. Melissa. Luca. And Stephanie. Okay, that could be some of the names of the people who are speaking about you or talking about you, or it could be your name. Now let's get into specific conversation that may be said about you, okay? Okay, I'm seeing clothing. I don't know if there's a specific style that you have. I mean, she's wearing these black tall boots. I don't know if you like to wear tall, like, boots. You know, these boots are often criticized. This is not even that weird to me. A lot of people make fun of women who wear these boots. They say that they look like hooker boots. I don't know. There could be something with like a particular type of clothing, or there could be something about your style. So I don't know if you wear black or if your look is intense or if you wear a certain lipstick. I don't know, but it's like there's something about what you're wearing. It's like talked about, and you could be known for wearing something that is not very mainstream. Okay, again, for some people here, I'm seeing this platform that you have. I think people know about a platform that you're on. Now, I can't tell if it's good or bad what they're saying, but they are talking about this. It's different. It's different in this group. It's not heard of. It's interesting. Nobody's doing it, but I don't know, something about your platform. And I feel like even with this platform, there could be some people who be like, I know this person, and they show your stuff to other people. So it's like almost like you're writing the tailcoats. Like, you know, when you are impressed by somebody, you want to say that you know them. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Okay, I feel like there's a person who has just recently shared something with somebody, or maybe not recently, but they've shared something that would be considered, you know, private information about something that was bad that happened to them. Okay, I feel like you've shared this with somebody, and I feel like this person is gossiping about this, or it's being circulated in like the form of gossip. So I don't, you know, like take the reading with a grain of salt, but I am seeing that clearly. I don't know if there's something that you've divulged to somebody. And it is categorized as, you know, for me, what I'm seeing, like a private information about something that would happen to you. Okay. Okay. I feel like you're being compared as well. I don't know if it's like this talent you have or what you do for a living. I feel like you're being compared. Like I feel like people are comparing you. They're talking about you against another person. I don't know what that is, or if there's like, oh, she's not as good as this one, or blah, blah, blah. I feel like people talk about this. That is very, you know, general. I can't really pick up on further. I'm being blocked, but maybe someone who's watching might know what that means. Oh God. Okay. So this is a little petty. This is a little petty. I'm seeing like you are all that. You think you're all that. That phrase. I don't know whose mouth it's coming out of, but I feel like you might know that people say that a lot about you, that you think you're all that, when really just protecting your energy, or you know who you are and you're just very picky with who you encounter. But I'm feeling like I'm hearing she thinks she's all that. Okay, I feel like there's one female in particular that you may know of who's really obsessed with you. And I'm just seeing that she's extremely obsessed with you. And she could be showing this obsession through copycat syndrome, or maybe being forceful to trying to get to know you. I feel like you need to be careful with her, okay? I don't think she feels like she has an identity of her own. And she kind of thinks you're like to the moon and back as far as being cool. And she's looking at it as an opportunity to maybe steal your image. Okay, this is random as well too. So I don't know if there's something that you do. I feel like someone's criticizing the way you do something, and this is something that you do often. Now, how I can put that in a simpler terms is that I don't know if there's something you do, like let's say you're at a work job. Maybe you're in a retail and you don't fold sweaters properly. Maybe the person next to you or your boss is like, why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep folding the stuff like that? There's just something you do repetitively that I feel like whoever you work with or whoever this is an issue with constantly feels like they have to keep telling you, like, don't do it like that. But you keep doing the same thing repetitively the way you like to do it. I'm hearing that. And that's just petty, but that could be very random for somebody out there as well too. It's just something you do constantly that they've told you about, like, stop doing it like that, but you keep doing it the same way. And this could be like your mom, who knows, you know? Okay, this is nice. I feel like there is one person out there who picked this pile who has a really great relationship with their father. I feel like your father is like, talks about you in the best light, is very proud of you, and would be considered your best supporter, like your most biggest supporter. Dad is talking a lot about this pile. So if it doesn't resonate, don't worry. Remember, there's thousands of people who are going to watch this. So I just feel like dad is coming through. He's super proud. And any chance he gets to talk about his offspring, he will. This is funny. Okay, I don't know if you buy or spend your money on particular type of things, like maybe it's crystals or sage or I don't know what. I feel like your family members are talking about your purchases. Like they just cannot understand it for the life of them. And they don't understand why you have, like, to them it seems like an obsession. But I don't know if it's crystals. Like that would be funny if it was. I feel like I'm hearing family members who can't wrap their head around your obsession. So I don't know if you buy something in particular and you buy a lot of it. Like it's like one thing but there's many different variations of it. So it could be like a crystal, for example, but your family members talk about this a lot and you probably know about this. Okay, I'm seeing a man who is trying to seek you out. Now, I don't know if he can find you or if you've ghosted him or if you've cut him off. I feel like there's a man who's looking. In my third eye, I'm seeing like he's looking everywhere for you. And he might be, because he can't get to you, asking other people about you, but he's talking about this a lot. And I don't know if this is like a long lost love or someone that you don't have communication with, but they talk a lot about trying to get a hold of you or they wish they could find you. That's bizarre. But it is a man. So whether you're a man watching this or a woman, this is a man. I'm not going to do gender, changes for what I'm seeing in my third eye. It's a man. And he's almost like obsessed with this, but in a good way where he feels like he is guided to look for you. And again, I don't know in what context this is, if you've recently cut him off or if he just legit can't find you, if this is from someone from the past. But there's an energy of a man coming through. And if you, like I would say, have dreams about this person, this could be your person because maybe his energy is coming through to you, when you are in your subconscious state. But he's trying to find you. Okay, so the window is closing. That's about it. If there's anything that resonated within this reading, just understand that it can't always resonate. That would be absurd. Check back, in a couple weeks. But if anything did resonate, let me know. I love reading your comments. And make sure you subscribe because by doing that, I can better in tune, pick up on your energy. Thanks, guys. That was your reading. Have a great day. Hi, everyone. Okay, so if you picked image 4, this is going to be your reading. Just before we get into the reading, I'm just going to, explain to you how this is going to work. So I have drawn cards for you already. I'm going to interpret the cards. This will give a general idea of, what people are saying and who's talking about you. But I'm also going to tap into remote viewing. So this was very popular in my last reading. People loved it. I'm going to incorporate it into this one. It's very important, though, if there's anything that, this reading, resonates with you, or if you like my style of reading, it's important that you subscribe to the channel. By doing so, I can better in tune pick up on your energy going forward because I'm going to be incorporating remote viewing from now on, seeing how everybody loved it. So, there's something very magical that happens when you subscribe. So, again, do so if you feel guided to. If you'd like to book a reading with me, check the first link in the description box. It's the first one. You can book a reading through me with that link. And then secondly, if you want to see more readings from me, check my Patreon channel. Okay, so let's get into your reading. Let's go for it. We're going to do remote viewing after this. I'm going to look at initials with remote viewing. I'm going to look at astrological signs, names, and also specific conversations. So if this doesn't resonate, don't click off. It's important that you watch the whole thing because you don't want to miss a message that is for you. Okay, so let's just go very slowly here because this is a lot with pile 4. Okay, I feel like with the Hierophant here, this could be a strong character, someone who is very strong in their belief system, or they could be very spiritual. Whatever they believe is what they believe, but I feel like we have a strong personality here. I feel like, how do I say this? I feel like people could be very, very, they get very tired regarding you. I think when people are talking about you, I think it's hard for them to grasp who you are. I am just going to say it with this reading. I feel like people become tortured within themselves regarding you. They don't really know how to receive you, okay? I feel like you could be very fun. You could be very, she's fun, okay? Look at her. Unleash your inner wild child, get up and dance, but you could also be very confusing. I feel like this is a group that has mastered self-love. So I think you definitely know who you are as a person. I think you are, good at creating boundaries and you're really all about yourself, whether that be, hanging out alone or, putting yourself forth or doing your own thing. I just feel like I'm feeling from the other side, the people who are interacting with you confused, okay? Because I think you're very present with people. But I think at the same time, when you are not in their physical, a space anymore, you kind of send out mixed signals. So it's difficult with this one. There's a lot coming at me. So just be patient because I'm trying to dissect through it all. But it's interesting with the 6 of Cups. I have to say, people do feel a kindredness to you. They do. You're well received, especially in person. They want to get to know more, but I feel like they almost die trying. I don't know what that is. I just feel like you're very hard to figure out because that Four of Swords is the first card here. There could be times when you go AWOL or MIA, or you just drop off the face of the earth, or maybe you just, I don't know, like there's nothing planned here or predictable. So I feel like people would look at you or talk about you as the fact that you're just, who is this person, Like, who is this person? Like, I don't know where I stand with them. That's the kind of stuff I'm hearing. I don't know where I stand with them. Do they even like me? I feel like there's a lot of people who try to figure out, like, does this person like me? I can't really tell. So there could be something of like a mixed signals going on, but hell, you could be very busy with the Two of Pentacles, I'm seeing here with the Four of Cups. I drew a clarifier on that when I received that because Two of Pentacles can refer to many different things, but it could also talk about with the Two of Pentacles that it's a 50-50. So I just feel like you're here, but you're not here, While you are pleasant, you're engaging, there's also something about you that is distant, and I'm going to say it, like, I feel like people with the Five of Swords don't really trust you, or it could just be that they don't know how to take you, But at the same time, like, and I don't know why this dark woman is here. I don't know if this is you or if this is like a particular person who is like talking about you. And dark woman could be any woman. She has white skin on this card, but she could be an Indian woman, a black woman, a Spanish woman, a Middle Eastern woman. She's predominantly here. But look at this card. Look at this card. Strong emotion, passion, or hate, love or hate. Like, I just feel like there's no in between with you. So there could be people who maybe really do just hate you right away. Okay. And I think it has a lot to do with your persona. She's confident. Even look at her. She's very confident, be bold. Don't be afraid to stand out. She's not afraid to stand out. She's not afraid to put that purple in her hair. She's not afraid to put that yellow lipstick on. She's going to take those risks, So I feel like, again, you could get some people who just don't know what to do with your energy. So they either really are gravitated towards you, like they feel are resonating, or they just don't. But I feel like with the 10 of Wands, I feel like people talk about how frustrating it is to get to know you. So I don't, even though, you seem like, she seems pretty out there. I also just, even though that's there, just don't feel like this is an open book, okay? You're not an open book. We have here, I feel like I'm not good enough for you. So many people do talk about that. Like, I don't know what it takes to get into her circle, or I don't know what it's going to take for her to, like, be receptive to me. I'm feeling like I'm having a conversation and that person's just not totally bringing the energy that I need. So I feel like these people who are talking about you, they just need a babysitter for real, because, like, I don't know why anybody would be like this coddled in life, but I just feel like you're not going to be the one to do it. So, people need to be strong. If they're going to be around you, if they're going to like you, or be around you, they have to be as strong as you. And I think they have to be as busy as you, to be honest. Okay. Now, it's interesting with this mice. This actually had me laughing when this came out, because I feel like a lot of people fight regarding you. Look at the mice on here, or to me it looks like a rat, but look at them. They're all going in the different ways. And this to me feels like there could be a lot of people who have fights regarding you. And it could look like, oh, what do you mean she's like this? No, she's not. She's amazing. Okay, what are you going to talk about when she did this? What about when she did that? And then the other person will have an excuse for why you did what you did. I just feel like there's a lot of people who fight over you, and it could be family members, could be friends. But again, there's other people who are really with you and people who are against you. So again, I think there are people who meet you and they resonate with you. And then there's others that don't, but I feel like there's, discord among friends or family regarding you. So I thought that was kind of funny in a way. But we have also here too, just being near you is intoxicating. Like, wow, you're making an impact on people. Like, they're talking about it. And they may not be using the word intoxicating, but they more maybe using different words that would kind of come across like they want more. Like, like, oh, is Stacy gonna be, at this party tonight? Like, oh, we need Stacy here because then it's gonna be more fun, Like, your energy does something to people, okay? It's intoxicating. And then we have here, I replay our conversations over and over. So I think with the Hierophant, you could be very spiritual or you could be very strong in your belief system. And whatever's coming out of your mouth is making an impact on people, okay? They are replaying it in their head. So you could be a person, honestly, not just spiritual, but you might be saying some things that could be very outlandish, maybe waking people up, to be honest, okay? I'm one of those too, I am one of those. I am not going to sit there and, say that I agree with you on everything, just to kind of, get along, okay? That's not me. So you could be a truther and, your conversations are hitting home for some, okay? Really, with that card, okay? But life is tough and so are you. Life is tough, but so are you. You can handle it. I think this reading is just definitely an entertainment purposes only reading for you, which is what it should be. I think you really didn't care when you clicked up on this reading. You did not care. Just let's see what she has to say, because I think here you just really have it down packed. I think you know who you are. I'm feeling a concrete energy here with this person, like a concrete, like knowing of what thy worth is. Do you know what I mean? And it says here, the more loving care you give yourself, the more love you have to give to others. So you're really all about self-love. And it's about you. F what people say. I don't think this pile cares. It's just like you just probably randomly stumbled upon this, or you're a subscriber of mine, who knows, and you want to know what I had to say. But at the end of the day, you could have 20 people against you talking SHIT out there, and it's not going to change you as a person. It's either also not going to affect you. So kudos. This is amazing. But I can't deny the fact that people want more. Like, you're a hoot, okay? And I hate to use these cheesy terms, but you're a hoot. You have a lot to say. You have a presence about you. And you're fun, okay? You are straight up fun. And people feel kindredness to you. Even those ones that hate you are just don't receive you well, there's an itch within them that they want to get to know who you are. They secretly, look up to you, or are curious, okay? That's for sure with this pile. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick a crystal, which I'm going to pick amethyst because you got that self-love down packed, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start remote viewing. Now, a couple things to note with this. We're looking at initials, zodiac signs, names, and specific conversation being said about you at the end. So it's imperative, that you stay, okay? Because you don't want to miss a message that's for you. Also, don't mind if you hear a lot of heavy breathing. Remote viewing does take a lot out of me, and this is just how I cope when I do it, okay? So let's start. Let's start with zodiac signs. Okay, so I'm picking up Capricorn, and these could be your signs as well too, but let's just see. Let's go slowly. Libra, Aries, Aquarius, Gemini, Taurus, and Leo. Let's move on to initials now. I, T, C, K, M, B, G, A. Okay, let's go with names now. Let's tap into the names of maybe the people who are watching or the people who may be even talking about group 4. Sabrina, Darius, Dennis, Darnell, Bobby, Bob or Bobby, Jacob, Ophelia. I haven't heard that name in a while, but yeah, that's what I'm picking up, Ophelia. Dan, Alex, Ella, Susan, Tristan, Rupert, Simone, Jessica, Aaliyah, Bianca, Fraser, I haven't heard that name in a while either. Fraser, Fiona, Asha, Lauren, Chris, Mario. Okay, I'm seeing Y ending names. Also, the Y is predominant. So anybody who has chosen this pile who has their last letter of their name, their first name is a Y, or if you're having an issue with somebody who you know is talking about you, their last letter of their name could be a Y. Boris, Dale, Tiffany, Tiara, Penelope, Christian, Pamela, Charlotte, and Beverly. Okay, the window has closed with the names. Let's move on to specific conversation. So I'm seeing here a lot of chatter regarding you. I'm just trying to dissect and move in closer to what people are saying. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of, like, a group of women sitting around like there's tea. I don't know if the tea is symbolic for the tea they're spilling on you, but I feel like it's like over tea. So a bunch of women together who are conversating about you. They're trying to make sense or understand who you are, but they're talking about it within a group. So maybe many of these women in the group know who you are, but they're talking about you and it's over tea. So I don't know if this is a get together, but this is just sad. But that's what I'm seeing here. And I don't know if the tea is symbolic for, what we talk about here, it's spilling tea on the person, or if they're literally having tea. Okay, there's something about a lipstick. It's wow. I'm seeing wow factor with the lipstick. So I don't know if you wear black lipstick or yellow, or there's something about your lipstick. For some of you, I'm not going to lie, some people could be making fun of the fact that it's always on your teeth. I'm sorry, but that's just what I'm seeing here. But there's something about a lipstick color that's being spoken about, which is so petty. And or makeup. Like the makeup, it's either a lot of makeup or it's different. It's not like the norm. So I'm not really seeing here like, the pale colors or a natural look. This is something intense. And that could be for one of you out there. Okay, there's a lot of people talking about the comments that you make, the outlandish comments you make. To them, it sounds crazy. And I don't know if this is, again, you're waking people up, but don't worry about that because you know what's going to happen. They can make fun of it, but it's going to sit with them and it's going to stir. And one day it's going to bite them in the butt, okay? That what you said was right. So again, there's something about some sort of comments that you're making. Maybe you talk about things that are very different from, mainstream. Maybe you are into, I don't know, astrological signs, or maybe you're talking about your dream state, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, people think you're mean, but I'm seeing that this is just the truth. I feel like with this pile, you don't want to ask this pile, how do I look in this dress? Do not ask this pile how you look in your dress, because you're going to get the truth. That's what I'm seeing here. So people think you're mean, but you're actually just being really truthful, which is, a misconstruing for sure. Okay, there's someone that you recently broke plans with, and I don't know if it's that like you just told them that you couldn't make it or you didn't show up, period. But they're talking about how rude this was. There's one person out there, I feel like you just, I don't know, flopped on them, or you chose to do something different and they're not happy about it and they're talking about this with others. I don't know why people have to do that. If you think it's rude, okay, but why do you need that approval from other people that it's rude? I just feel like I'm hearing something like that, like the way you broke plans with me, okay? Okay, I have one man who I feel like is very obsessed with you. and it's your body, like sexually obsessed, okay? Sexually obsessed. It's nothing to be afraid of, but I feel like they're talking to their male friends about what they would want to do with you, okay? I'm seeing a group of men, and it's, you know, when you're remote viewing, it might not be, you can't take it like totally for what it is, but I'm being shown like a locker room scene, okay? You know how men are, okay? Not all of them, but some, because I don't want to put that on all men. But I feel like one is just talking about like your physical body and what they would do with it, okay? And it's in a group of other men. Okay, I'm feeling a lot of compliments on their smile. You must have a very beautiful smile. There are a lot of compliments, and you might get this to your face, but that would be, you know, your indication that this is for you. So if you get a lot of people say that you have a nice smile, okay, but this is also being said behind your back as well, too, that your smile just lights up the room. Okay, I'm feeling like there's somebody who's getting quite frustrated with the fact that you won't pick up your phone. And I don't know if this is like someone who does get a hold of you, but not always because you don't answer the phone, or there's someone that you're currently ignoring. But I'm just hearing like, answer your phone. Answer your phone. Like, stop, just answer the damn phone. You know what? I have to say, like, between the cards and the remote viewing, I'm just feeling like a lot of people just want control over pile 4. Like, and it's just not right. It's unhealthy. And you probably get frustrated with this yourself, but I feel like people try to change you or try to mold you to like their comfort, you know, and you're not here for their comfort. But that's just kind of, I had to say that because through the remote viewing now, I'm feeling that. Like strong, like trying to have a strong energy control over you. Okay, I'm feeling like there's a family member who you might have just had a recent confrontation with. They want to come back. They want to return. They're not happy about what they said. And I don't know if that's what, you know, that has to do with I replay our conversations. I'm not sure. But there's someone who you might have just had a confrontation with in the family, and they're regretting whatever was said, but they want to kind of return, okay? They might be expressing that through to other family members or whoever is near them, that they want to kind of be on better terms with you. Okay, I'm picking up that you might have an admirer, and I don't know that it's a male. It could be a female, not sexually, but you have an admirer, and it could be the way that you look, the way you dress. I would say be careful. And I think I picked this up. I can't remember now, but I think I said something like that here in this reading. But you could have a copycatter on your hand, and you know, you can choose to ignore it. It's cool. I'm just bringing it up. But this person doesn't have an identity of themselves, for themselves. They're so enthralled by you. But this could also be collectively that you find a lot of people like copycat your style, or they start saying what you're saying, or maybe you have a lot of like unique sayings that you say, or you're, you know, a starter of things. And then people just start to take on or do the same thing as well too. But this is copycat energy with this pile for sure. Okay. The window is closing. So if there's nothing that resonated with this reading, just understand that not every reading can. That would be absurd. You know, check back next week. But if anything did resonate, please let me know. I love reading your comments. And, you know, again, you know, if you did enjoy this reading, subscribe, because by doing that, I can better tune into your reading, your energy for the next reading. So thank you guys, and have a wonderful day.